And last but not least, we do have the final PAL key to deal with. That was always one of the things that annoyed me, is that you get so many cutscenes on your way back from the hot key that, like, there's no way it didn't just turn room temperature on one of those elevator rides.
No, why?
Ready for launch.
I deactivated it.
Thank you, Snake. Now the detonation code is completed. Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
Master, what's going on?
You found the key, and even activated the warhead for us too. I really must express my gratitude. Sorry to have involved you in that silly shape memory alloy business.
What are you talking about?
We weren't able to learn the DARPA chief's code. Even with Mantis' psychic powers, he couldn't read his mind. Then Ocelot accidentally killed him during the interrogation. In other words, we weren't able to launch the nuclear device, and we were all getting a little worried. Without the threat of a nuclear strike, our demands would never be met.
What do you mean?
Without the detonation codes, we had to find some other way. That's when we decided you might prove useful, Snake.
What?
First, I thought we might get the information from you, Snake, so I had Decoy Octopus disguise himself as the DARPA chief. Unfortunately, Octopus didn't survive the encounter, thanks to Fox Die.
You mean you had this plan from the beginning, just to get me to input the detonation code?
Huh? You didn't think you made it this far by yourself, did you?
Who the hell are you?
In any case, the launch preparations are complete. Once the world glimpses the power of this weapon, the White House will have no choice but to surrender the Fox Die vaccine to me. Their ace in the hole is useless now.
Ace in the hole?
The Pentagon's plan to use you was already successful in the torture room. Snake, you're the only one who doesn't know. Ah, poor fool.
Who are you anyway?
I'll tell you everything you want to know. If you come where I am, that is.
Where are you?
Very close by.
Snake, that's not Master Miller.
Campbell, you're too late.
Master Miller's body was just discovered at his home. He's been dead for at least 3 days. I didn't know because my codec link with Master was cut off. But Mei Ling said his transmission signal was coming from inside the base.
So who is it?
Snake, you've been talking to...
Me, dear brother.
Liquid, how the...
You've served your purpose. You may die now.
I think that in terms of a story for Miller, I think that's a really disappointing way for him to die. Just kind of off-screen.
Snake, that's bulletproof glass. You can't break it with an ordinary weapon.
Can't you open the security lock here?
I'll try. Just hold on for a minute.
Like, Miller, after Peace Walker and stuff like that, became one of my favorite characters, and coming back to this game is always kind of a bummer, just because, you know, Miller's here, but it's not really Miller, and then you find out that he's just dead.
I hacked into security. Snake, I'm opening the
Snake.
door.
That sounded really funny. He just went, Snake! Alright, perfect. I love that. I love that you just see him. More stuff like that. More being able to see Liquid. Oh, I forgot that didn't just continue into a cutscene.
Liquid!
Snake! Did you like my sunglasses? You'd point a weapon at your own brother?
Why did you disguise yourself as Master?
So I could manipulate you more easily. And you performed quite well, I must say. Although the boys at the Pentagon are probably saying the same thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
Following orders blindly with no questions asked, you've lost your warrior's pride and become nothing more than a pawn snake.
What?
Stopping the nuclear launch, rescuing the hostages, it was all just a diversion.
A diversion?
The Pentagon only needed for you to come into contact with us. That's what killed the Arms Tech president and decoy octopus.
You don't mean...
That's right. You were sent here to kill us so they could retrieve Metal Gear undamaged, along with the bodies of the Genome soldiers. From the beginning, the Pentagon was just using you as a vector to spread Fox dye.
Fox dye? It can't be. Are you telling me Naomi was working with the Pentagon?
They thought she was, but it seems that Dr. Naomi Hunter couldn't be controlled so easily.
What?
We've got a spy working in the Pentagon. He reported that Dr. Hunter altered Fox Dye's program just before the operation, but no one knows how or why.
I wonder... Maybe they arrested her so they could find out the answer to that.
No doubt. But I had no idea she was motivated by such petty revenge. We still don't know what changes she made to Fox Dye's program. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I've already added the Fox Dye vaccine to my list of White House demands.
There's a vaccine?
There must be, but that woman is the only one who really knows. Anyway, it might prove to be unnecessary.
Why's that?
You were successful in coming into contact with all of us, so we must have all been exposed to the virus. It's true that the Arms Tech president and decoy octopus were killed by Fox Dye, but Ocelot, myself, and you, the carrier, were apparently unaffected.
A bug in the virus's programming?
Could be. In any case, if it doesn't kill you, then I'm not worried either. After all, our genetic code is identical.
So it's true. You and I are...
Yes, twins. But we're not ordinary twins. We're twins linked by cursed genes. Les enfants terribles. You're fine. You got all the old man's dominant genes. I got the flawed recessive genes. Everything was done so that you would be the greatest of his children. The only reason I exist is so they could create you.
I was the favorite, huh?
That's right. I'm just the leftovers of what they used to make you. Can you understand what it's like to know that you're garbage since the day you were born? But I'm the one Father chose.
So that's why you're so obsessed with Big Boss. Some warped kind of love.
Love? It's hate! He always told me I was inferior, and now I'll have my revenge! You should
Also, his
understand
body
me,
double
brother.
used to throw me
You
around a
killed
lot,
our
and it
father
hurt.
with your own hands! You stole my chance for revenge! Now I'll finish the work that Father began. I will surpass him! I will destroy him!
You're just like Naomi.
Well, I'm not like you! Unlike you, I'm proud of the destiny that is encoded into my very genes! Yeah!
Snake, your blood will be the first to be spilled by this glorious new weapon. Consider it an honor, a gift from your brother. Now I'll show you the power of the weapon that will lead us in the 21st century.
It's moving. How do I stop it?
See, I really love Metal Gear Rex. I think it's probably my favorite Metal Gear. But like when you go back in the series and you look at like... So Sahelanthropus existed before this and it's way more impressive than Rex. You know, it kind of makes Rex look not that great in comparison. Alright, here we go. This is not one of my favorite fights. Definitely not. What we're going to want to do is start throwing chaff kind of immediately. And the only thing that we can use is the stinger. And what we kind of want to do is stay close to him and keep hitting the satellite dish. Alright. Another chaff, please. That's going to hit me directly. Body armor, please. I feel like just one hit by one of those things and you're basically donezo. It's not a great look. Please don't hit me. Yeah, if you know what you're doing, this can be pretty quick, but it's also pretty difficult, I must say. Please don't immediately start doing anything, please. I would love to have this done pretty well. Damn. Not doing too bad. Actually, no, I'm doing terrible. I don't want to jinx it. Stop. So yeah, the chaff basically makes it so that he can't hit you. Or at least not as well. It disables his targeting, I suppose.
Did that do it?
I love that he roars. It's so great.
Hurry! Get away! Great Fox.
A name from long ago. It sounds better than Deep Throat.
So it is you.
You're a terrible snake. You haven't aged well.
I'll send you back to hell!
This is like the original Metal Gear Rising right here.
Fox, why? What do you want from me?
I am a prisoner of death. Only you can free me.
Fox, stay out of this. What about Naomi? She's hell-bent on taking revenge for you.
Naomi?
You're the only one who can stop her.
No, I can't.
Why?
Because I'm the one who killed her parents. I was young then, and couldn't bring myself to kill her too. I felt so bad that I decided to take her with me. I raised her like she was my own blood to soothe my guilty conscience. Even now she thinks of me as her brother.
Fox.
From the outside, we might have seemed like a happy brother and sister, but every time I looked at her, I saw her parents' eyes staring back at me. Tell her for me. Tell her that I was the one who did it.
There you are!
We're just about out of time. Here's a final present from Deep Throat. I'll stop it from moving.
Wait, what was that? What did they just show? They just like looked into a corner. What was that?
In the Middle East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals. Instead of foxhounds, we use royal harriers.
Fox.
How strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake, are you just going to sit by and watch him die?
Cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal.
You destroyed the radome.
Impressive! You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox, but now you're finished!
No! another stinger!
Fox, can you really shoot? You'll kill him too!
So there's really nothing that we can do here.
In front of you, it's no good. I can finally do it.
If you try and shoot, Snake will start talking.
I was taken from the battle. No, neither truly alive nor truly dead. An undying shadow in a world of light. But soon, it will finally end.
It's also unskippable and very annoying. Especially if you keep dying during this fight, that's really annoying that you can't skip that.
Snake, we're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at. But at least I always fought for what I believed in. Snake, farewell.
Foolish man. He prayed for death, and it found him.
I mean, he literally was asking for it,
You can't
so...
protect anyone, not even yourself. Die!
So you'd think that him, getting rid of the Ray Dome would have actually helped. It does not. It actually makes things way harder. Because now we can't use the chaff. So what we want to do is kind of stay close to Rex, although not super close. Just close enough that he doesn't, close enough that he doesn't use his missiles on us, and we just want to keep shooting at Liquid. You kind of want to bait him into doing that, and then just shoot Liquid, is probably the best strategy. This is not one of my favorite parts of this game, for sure. Oof, alright. We're gonna need to, I think, ration up. Oh, please, thank you. That's the best thing to do, is that he cannot hit you if you're that close. But then he'll just start using this shit. Oh god. I really hate this phase. This is not fun. That was surprising. I'm shocked I got him there. The game does a fairly good job of locking on for you. So you don't really have to worry that much. But yeah, the in-game, what's being suggested right now is that the Ray Dome is busted, but he's now visually looking at you. So he can still aim those. Oh my god, Snake, get the fuck up. Also, you really don't want him to step on you. That's probably the worst thing that you could do, because I feel like that drains your rations instantly. So it's a fine fight. It's really finicky if you don't know what you're doing. But other than that, I think it's pretty cool. It's not as epic as it could be, I don't think. Poor Liquid. You gotta feel sorry for him. He lived his entire life thinking that he was the bad brother, and just everything he does just sucks. Even though he has the superior genes in reality. Yeah, poor Liquid. . 'Cause, 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 '
usual, a snake.
Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't die as long as you still live.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I am done fighting.
Fighting?
Whoa,
What
he
are
just
you
did that,
really
just
after?
jerked me to the
A
side like
world
that.
where
He's
warriors
floating.
like us are honored as we once were, as we should be.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish.
No, I think his dying wish was, ah, God,
During
please
the
stop
Cold
burning
War,
me. Ah,
the world
help.
needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things, are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict will breed conflict. New hatreds will arise. Then, we'll steadily expand our sphere of influence.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't it reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie! So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing. That's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
I watched your face when you did it. It was filled with the joy of battle.
You're wrong.
There's a killer inside you. You don't have to deny it. We were created to be that way.
Created?
Les enfants terribles. The terrible children. That's what the project was called. It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was the man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big Boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So
That's
they
not
created
the
us
not the
from
coma
his
from Phantom
cells,
Pain.
with a
Dude just
combination of
fucking
20th
loves
century
comas.
analog cloning and the super baby method.
Super baby method.
They fertilized an egg with one of Father's cells, and then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus, and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth. You and I were originally octuplets.
Octuplets?
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us. We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born. So it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed. To create you. I got all of the recessive genes. You took everything from me before I was even born. But you and I aren't his only children.
What?
The Genome Soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his genetic legacy. But they're different.
Yeah, they suck ass.
Digital. With the completion of the Human Genome Project, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare. Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify more than 60 soldier genes responsible for everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial killer instinct. Those soldier genes were transplanted into the members of the next generation Special Forces. That's how they became the Genome Soldiers. That's right. The genome soldiers that you've been killing are our brothers with the same genes as ours.
The genome soldiers.
That's right. They are our brothers, created artificially through the alignment of nucleotides to mimic our father's genes. They too are the product of numerous sacrifices.
Sacrifices?
Human experiments!